Good evening. This is Brian Thomas Simons, and these are the main headlines of this hour. Among other news,
A. New 666 executive decisions released in the Oval Office yesterday morning. 1. A Schedule F is created to classify all federal employees who haven't voted Republican in at least the 2024 elections as DEI employees, who will be treated as political appointees and so, at-will employees. 2. Elon Musk brings good news to American seniors. Medicare A and B benefits, whose funds were hacked and electronically stolen after Doge's team found a weakness in the SSA's COBOL system, will not be taxable. When Cleve R. Wootson Jr., a member of the Washington Post's new White House team, clarified that those benefits were not taxable, Wootson was declared a DEI employee and fired from the Washington Post. 3. State Secretary Little Marco, as soon as he finishes his important mission in Tonga, will be commissioned to the Maldives, where he will wait for instructions on a mission to undermine countries that will be classified as DEI countries in upcoming executive decisions. DEI countries will include countries that don't accept meekly President Trump's decisions about tariffs and deportation. B. Inspired by the Choose Your Fighter TikTok campaign, which the DNC has considered successful after considering that polls showing numbers contrary to the wished conclusion were misogynists. Encouraged by the results, Democrats had decided that the best course of action, after the misogynist polls showed that voters' view of the Democratic Party had reached historic lows, was to go in the opposite direction to the one suggested by the survey and prepare to position the ticket Harris-Biden 2028 by portraying Harris as a warrior candidate and Biden as Iron Man by using Photoshop. Particularly important will be the images of Harris in Dukakis's tank, since Democratic strategists have concluded that they played an important role in Dukakis's victory over Bush in the 1988 elections. See AOC vindicated by new DNC's strategy. As a result, 7 new conditions to which all Democratic candidates will have to abide will be added to the process of candidate selection. 1. Carla Sofia Gaskin's Amelia Perez was the best movie ever, followed by The Godfather and Citizen Kane. 2. Hispanic candidates will introduce themselves as Latinx, especially when addressing the Latino community, and admonish them to adopt the term. 3. Rachel Zegler's Snow White was the best movie ever, followed by The Godfather and Citizen Kane. 4. Black candidates will introduce themselves by stating their pronouns and by pledging to defund the police and admonish them to denounce the statues appearing in a list approved by Black Lives Matter. 5. Asian candidates should introduce themselves by stating that they have points in their driver's licenses after stating their pronouns, to convey the idea that they don't believe they are better than other Asians. 6. All male candidates will have to prove that they have taken courses to deconstruct their toxic masculinity and pledge to follow Amelia Perez's example. 7. Both male and female candidates will have to prove they have read Cori Bush's The Crimes of White People and demand reparations payable in 7-Eleven debit cards. D. New clauses from Melania's mail-order bride contract unilaterally modified by President Trump revealed after Signal Group chat scandal. According to the leak, after modifying the clause that stated that Melania Trump could not be buried in a golf court, like Trump's former wife Ivana, the president also modified the clause banning returns to the supplier and the one declaring that the income coming from Melania's meme coins would be hers instead of his. Supreme Court votes 6-3 in favor of declaring Medicaid a DEI policy. President Trump is free to dismantle and also, to show the court can be proactive, gave the Trump administration leeway to also dismantle Medicare and Social Security. Former President Biden's dog commander, whose pardon was revoked by President Trump, still at large. Commander narrowly escaped capture, declared FBI Director Kash Patel, who added, "He has outsmarted us so far, but, mark my words, we'll get him, and we will get him, hard." Well, you get the idea. G. In a continuation of Jeff Bezos's new policy, which started in the editorial pages, the Washington Post presented his new White House team, whose mission would be to be soft on President Trump and be team players. Cleve R. Wootson Jr. declared that he would sue the Washington Post, still in the most recent photograph of the new White House team, as he considers the editor maliciously sent him as a canary to the coal mine to test the waters. It's not fair. Is it because I was the only black member of the team? I don't know. It's disheartening, added Wootson as he left the Washington Post's building carrying a box with his belongings.
This has been the news of this hour. Sponsored by Church of the Holy Redeemer's Power in the Spirit. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior? Did you vote for Trump in 2016 and then in 2020? This is the right church for you. If so, Church of the Holy Redeemer's Power in the Spirit is the only Christian church that can promise you in the Lord to have 72 virgins in heaven for only a donation of $50 a month. You will have access to those 72 virgins in heaven. For an additional $25, you will be allowed to replace 10 of them, and for $100, Heaven Premium, you will be allowed to choose them for yourself. Guaranteed, if you're not satisfied with those 72 virgins after you die, full refund of your money. We accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover.